this is Jennifer Rose, and this is my journal number 2 about the pillow method. Um, that the topic that I want to focus on today um, is that my partner and I, we just got married a couple weeks ago, but our ultimate plan is to go ahead and start the process of her getting pregnant. And one of the topics that we've discussed is that I want to have an only child. I just want one child. She wants 2 with the option of 3 is what she says. And so the reason why, I guess, is that she wants more than one child is she grew up with, 3 other siblings. So there was 4 of them in her family, and she always, she has 2 brothers and then a sister that had passed away about 10 years ago in a car accident. And that sense of family for her is really strong. She has 2 parents that just love her. They're still together after, 29 years of marriage, I think it is, maybe 30. They've been together a long time, and her sense of family is so strong. And that's her example in her life. And so she wants to, recreate that. And so that's her stance. She also feels that having one child is that child's missing out on a whole lot of things. Having a sister or brother to, be their pal and their best friend. And my stance on that is that, children are expensive, and there's a lot of money that goes into that, and I want to make sure that I can provide that. And don't feel that I can provide for, 2 or 3 children at this point in my life. So I really struggle with that, and the reason why I think that I'm right in this debate is that I grew up in a family that was extremely poor and didn't have all those advantages, didn't have the money to go, get a class ring. I don't have a class ring. I didn't have the money to, to really do any of those things, to buy the brand new shoes or the brand new coats or, I had hand-me-down clothes from my older sister. And so for me, it's a money thing, and not from the perspective that I think that money can buy happiness or any of that. I don't feel that way, but I feel like I need to provide for my children, and if that can't happen, then, then we need to limit the number of children that we have, because I want to make sure that we can provide for them. And so that's really my basis of my argument. I feel like, yes, I've done a little bit of research in that. That single only children have some disadvantages. They don't have those social cues. They don't have those social skills to when they go to kindergarten and then throughout school. So they really suffer in that area. So I do see that having one more, having another sibling, teaches them those social interactions that they can't learn on their own. So I see that aspect of that. But I also feel like having that one-on-one time with a child is just hugely important, and I want that for our child. And so I think from that aspect of that those are the 2 places that our discussion comes from. I think her truth about having that social interaction and always having that friend in life, with a sibling is a very true fact. My brother and I at one point had that bond as well, and that's a very special bond. The second question is explain how viewing the issue from each of the perspective positions might change your perception of the issue and how it might change your behavior in the future. I think, like I said, is having that other sibling not only for, to have a partner in life, especially through childhood, but also knowing, that somebody's there for you. And I think as parents that we're going to be able to do that really, really well. But I think, having that from a sibling is just as important. So I think that is changing my perception of this argument. The third question is explain how this issue and your understanding of it can affect your relationship. My partner, wife, I guess now, is she's in the childcare field, and so she has this vast knowledge of children and how they learn and how they grow and how they develop. And I don't have that background. So I think sometimes my understanding of child issues is lacking. And then I rely on her expertise, and I surely don't want to, just not be educated in these decisions that we make, but she has this knowledge, and so to a sense, I need to rely on that, but I also need to find my own truth in that. So, my understanding of this issue and how it affects our relationship is that I feel like I need to do some more exploring and find out what is best for our children and their relationships and their developments, as well as the financial part of raising children, and also how that's going to affect my relationship with my wife. She's a woman that knows what she wants and won't apologize for it, and I love that about her. Sometimes that can be, very we can definitely have very intense conversations about issues, and this is really one of them. And so I think acknowledging her concerns as well as standing by my truth, and then somehow finding a compromise. And I don't think that that's going to happen before we have children. I think it's going to happen during, and that's just one thing that we're going to need to find out. So this is my assignment for my journal too. Thank you.